Hello guys and girls, my name is Levitee. Welcome to DBA Season 1 Playoffs Round 1 versus my man Cyan and the Arsneasel. Now this was supposed to go up on Sunday like usual, but it was Easter yesterday, so you know what? I didn't feel like uploading, alright? Deal with it. But like I said, we're here to do the replay of our Round 1 Playoffs. We faced Cyan. This match was very long, very stally as well. You'll see, and you can probably guess by the thumbnail just looking at the two Pokemon I have there. He's a very tough team for me to build with. I didn't really feel like I could win this match because the matchup wasn't really in my favor. But he brought Tapu Koko, Hawlucha, Salazzle, Metagross, Kyurem, and Clefable. These three Pokemon right here were big threats to me, very scary. He didn't have Hawlucha before we faced, but he made a free agent, and now he has it, which is terrifying because he has Koko Hawlucha Core. And Salazzle just nukes me with Fire MZ, which I think he brings. And he has Clefable, which, if you guys remember last time I faced him, 6-0'd me with Combine Set. So, for my team, we got Choice Scarf Xurkitree because he has no electric immunity, and it absolutely demolishes him. We have Special Defensive Porygon 2, Life Orb Neoking, 4 attack Stealing MZ, Kyurem Black, Neoking. Physically defensive Alomomola, and Taunt Roost Mega Aerodactyl. Kind of like support Mega Aerodactyl, but let's dive right into this. So I lead my Xurkitree here because I know he has no Volt Switch immunity, so it's a pretty safe lead for me as he leads with Koko, and it turns out he can just go into Kyurem. So this is nice for me because I can go into my Porygon 2. Now this Kyurem was a massive problem actually. Basically I think this was a Porygon 2 bait set with Sub and Toxic you're about to see as he reveals the Sub, because Sub obviously prevents me from Toxicing him, and he Toxics me right back. So I'm just going to skip these few turns because it's just a little bit of Porygon 2 Kyurem stall. So I go into my Kyurem Black here because I want to try and scout if he's a Dragon move, and I didn't really care if this thing got Toxic. And it potentially can threaten him out or break the Sub for something like Nidoking or Aerodactyl. He Toxics me. I don't really care about this. So I actually kick Earth Power here on the Metagross switch-in, or potentially the Tapu Koko. So I make that successful prediction. We get a crit there, which is really unfortunate, but it's whatever. So I go into my Alomomola because he can't really touch me. He just fires off the Bullet Punch. He goes right back into Clefable. I just switch up, and then I go into my Nidoking because if he clicks a Psychic-type move, I will heal that up with the Wish. So that's really nice. Nidoking was really good this match because he didn't have a lot of switch-ins besides this thing, which this annoying Kyurem being more annoying. So I don't remember what I do here. I just Sludge Wave predicting him to Roost or Sub because basically he has to Roost here. I don't know why I said Sub, he couldn't even Sub there. But yeah, I predicted him to Roost because he had the Roost here. So I go into Kyurem Black. Kyurem Black is dead to rocks next turn anyway, so I'm just going to stay in here and potentially threaten out this Kyurem. Yes, it does. And I fire off my Z move. So Kyurem Black gonna nab the kill. Unfortunately, we couldn't use it on the thing. But Kyurem Black was dead next turn, so there was no point of really not clicking my Z move. So this turn was actually pretty nice for me and him at the same time, because if he clicked Nasty Plotting, I would have knocked him out with Earth Power. So basically, this prevented him from Nasty Plotting, which was pretty cool. So Kyurem Black dies. We got the nab a kill with him though, so I can go in my Aerodactyl here because it revenges this thing fairly easily. And if he is like for some reason a Rio Choice Scarf set, Sludge Wave doesn't do much damage on me anyway. So he goes into this thing. I just fire off a Stone Edge because it damages his entire team pretty hard, especially since Metagross is now Aerodactyl's free to spam Stone Edge, which is super cool. So I whip out the Taunt here. Now the main reason why I brought Taunt on Aerodactyl was because of Suicune. Because Suicune would probably be a pretty good switch in the Aerodactyl, and I could predict this switch in the Suicune, click Taunt, and it can't do anything but Skull or Ice Beam me. So that's the reason why I brought Taunt, and it obviously works nice for this thing. And because I have Roost and Taunt, I can basically 1v1 this Clefable very well. Aerodactyl could basically like 1v1 a lot of his team. Salazzle died. I outsped Hawlucha if it didn't have a Burden boost. Now this was, I'll say that later. And I don't think Stone Edge would have knocked out Kyurem, but it would have put it in range of something like Neoking or Xurkitree. So he goes into the Tapu Koko here as I click Earthquake. Basically, what did I do here? Okay, never mind. So Earthquake, he goes on the Tapu Koko, does a lot of damage. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna switch her because I could see him bringing a weird Scarf, Koko, or Kyurem set. Now obviously Kyurem is not Scarf because we already saw him switch up his moves. So I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna play the really safe play, go out into my Nidoking, and yeah. Now it basically tell me if he's a Scarf or not, which is cool. So that happens. I switch out. And I'm like, okay, this thing probably has to be Scarf. He goes into this, switches out, goes into Kyurem, which is cool. I double into Alomomola because on the option said he stayed in and click HP Ice again. That potentially could have knocked out my Nidoking, depending if he got like the max roll, because we were at 50 and that did 44 to me. So I'm not sure the exact calc, but may have knocked me out, may have not have, which is why I probably switched. So I doubled into my Alomomola just to be safe, because I'm pretty sure the Koko was Scarf at that point. So I was like, okay, I'm not scared to send in Alomomola on this Tapu Koko now, because I'm pretty sure he's locked in the HP Ice. So Kyurem is back out. Just gonna skip a few turns here because it's basically Alomomola stalling. Never mind, I lied. Nidoking comes in because I'm like, okay, he's probably gonna Toxic me, so I can get my Nidoking up to full, which is really important. So I have to switch here again because I don't want to take an Ice Beam to the face. I go Porygon 2 here. Porygon 2 was a... I don't even know why I don't know what I was going to say. He gets a crit, which is unfortunate, but I'm just going to skip these few turns a bit because it's just a little bit of Porygon 2 stalling. Yeah, nothing much here. So he goes into the Alomomola as I double into... Or he goes into Clefable as I go into my Alomomola. He Toxics me, which is really annoying because he's double Toxic, but I guess it makes sense because I have a pretty fat team and it wears them down fairly easily. So I can go on the Aerodactyl because I'll wish up any health, and I do live a Moonblast, which is super cool. So Aerodactyl is going to be at close to full, basically full, 99%. And I just Stone Edge here, predicting him not to, predicting him the Moonblast because he knows I have Taunt at this point, so he's probably going to go for an offensive move. And now I click Taunt the next turn because he basically has Soft Boiled here, or Toxic, whatever he wants to do. So I Taunt, and he goes for Toxic. So it's really nice for me. I can basically just Earthquake spam this thing at this point. Not a lot on his team wants to take Earthquake as is, because Kyurem's not going to want to come in because it'll take a Stone Edge plus Earthquake, which will probably knock it out. Honestly, miss, of course. So here's where a really bad turn happens. Moonblast comes out, and it crits my Aerodactyl. That mattered. That 100% mattered, and it mattered a lot, because Aerodactyl could 1v1 basically his entire team. Hawlucha, if it didn't have a Burn Boost, not Tapu Koko, of course, because we know it's Scarf. Well, I think it is, I'm pretty sure. Actually, I found out at the end it was Scarf anyway. It beats Arsneasel. Like I said, put Kyurem in range of something, like Xurkitree or Kyurem, or not Kyurem, Nidoking, and it 1v1 this Clefable. So, Aerodactyl goes down. Really, really, really unfortunate. Like, really unfortunate. So, Nidoking comes in, because Nidoking does a lot of puts a lot of pressure on his team, and we knock out the Clefable here, which is cool. And Kyurem comes in, gotta switch here. Actually, I don't, because I play a little bit aggressive with my Nidoking here, because I knew he would probably try and sub. So I just did that to get damage on him. And now, I think I click Sludge Wave here again, because like, he has to Roost here. Yeah. So, that's nice. And his sub is no longer up, so I can go into my Porygon 2. Just gonna skip a few turns quick because it's just Porygon 2 subbing. Basically, the only way I beat this Kyurem was if I PP stalled. I don't like PP stalling, but I was playing to win, and that's what I had to do to win. Because I couldn't beat the Kyurem otherwise. And Porygon 2 goes down here, I'm pretty sure, in a few turns. Yep, Porygon 2 goes down. So I send in my Alomomola. And now from this point on, it's basically me switching Zerk and Alomomola in and out a whole bunch, because like I said, I'm trying to PP stall this Kyurem because it's the only way I win, and I'm playing to win. Even though if it's a dirty way to win, a win's a win in my book. So I go back in the Zerk. I think I fire off a Dazzling Gleam here actually. Nope, I don't. Go back in the Alomomola. Back in the Zerk. Just constant. I Dazzling Gleam this turn. Fade a sub. So he's basically running out of subs, which is cool. And then I go back in the Alomomola. And I'm pretty sure, yeah, he doubles in the Salazzle. You really go back that turn. So he plays a bit more aggressive and doubles in. Oh, no, that was a little bit laggy. So I send him my Alomomola. He's going to double it into Salazzle here, playing a bit aggressive because this Salazzle puts a lot of pressure on me. It basically nabs a kill here. Because the outspeed's Nidoking. I'm pretty sure he knocks out Zerk after rocks, especially if he popped the Z move. And Sludge Wave did a lot to my thing, and I couldn't knock him out with the Scald, unless it got like a crit, which I wish happened, but it didn't. So he's going to be able to knock out my Alomomola, which is huge for him. Very, very, very helpful. And yeah, nothing much I could do about that. Basically, my game plan at this point was like, okay, I need crits on the Kyurem to get Zerk to sweep. So I Volt Switch out. Actually, I couldn't even win this game because Tapu Koko was Scarf, so it outspeeds Zerk no matter what. And Dazzling Gleam put me in range of any move from Hawlucha because after Electric Terrain, the thing would have got the Burden Boost. If it was Electric Seed, of course, which it probably was. So Nidoking goes down here, of course. So I'm like, okay, gotta hope for Zerk. Gotta put all my faith in Zerk. Hope I live a Dazzling Gleam plus any move from Hawlucha, which is really unlikely. So yeah. He plays the really safe route and just stalls out my Dazzling Gleams. I get why he did it. He did what he had to do to, I mean, yeah, he could have just sacked this thing and won with Hawlucha, but maybe he was afraid if he had a jump kick, maybe he would miss. That's really the only reason why I can think of why he did this, or he just wanted to conserve the 3-0, I guess. But I forfeit here because at that point I ran out of Dazzling Gleams and there was zero way for me to win. So we take a fat loss, 3-0. I'm not really surprised about this loss though because Cyan is the better battler overall and he had the match advantage in me. So we finished the league 7-6, I believe. We finished positive, which I can't complain, and I can't really complain either because I made playoffs. And here's the way I look at it: if you make playoffs, you're pretty good, in my opinion. Even if you had a bit of luck. Actually, that doesn't even make any sense. But I'm just happy that I made playoffs rather than not. That's the way I look at it. I hope Cyan does well in the rest of the playoffs. My man, hope he does good. Hope he wins it all for me. Even though he's probably not going to be winning it for me, but you never know. And I will learn something from this league. I'm never, ever, 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 ever drafting semi-stall again. If I draft stall, I'm going all in. But that'll probably never happen because as an entertainer, that'll be boring for you guys to watch, just me stall all my league matches. So you'll probably never see me draft stall in a league. You won't see it, but I will see it probably in a league I don't join where I don't record. I'm down the draft stall, you know. But yeah, DBA finishes up, so now we only have PSL, which is nice because I can put all my focus into that. And this has been a long time since we only had one league on the channel, but that's gonna change. ABL is coming in summer. It's still a while away, but I just thought I would build a little bit of hype out for that early on. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed this, if you guys enjoyed the DBA in general, make sure to click a button down below. I'm going to get the heck out of here. Hope you guys have a beautiful day.